A difficult question to answer, but how did you take your first loss in quite a while to the Rovers boys, the new kids on the block?
Unfortunately, at times with the quality of refereeing, at times and external forces, these things tend to happen. But like I said,
My name is Langa Mahaye, and I'm your host for Overtime Sports. Today we are hosting the man who won the league, Murray Cup, basically everything that's to be won in Durban, KZN, in terms of rugby. His team has been a force to be reckoned with for quite some time, probably like a decade or so. They've won everything. So today we're just going to be chilling with Coach Derek. Coach, nice to meet you.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, sorry to hijack you before your session.
No problem at all.
Yeah. So Coach, we just decided to come just before the season starts and before things gets going for you and you get busy. I know you're a busy man, you've got a big club to run. So we just wanted to know, last year, everything that you achieved, did you achieve it? Was it something that you planned to achieve, or it's always been, it's a non-negotiable for you?
Yeah, firstly, thanks for having me. I think for us, obviously the start of the league didn't go well. We've hardly dropped any games. I've been here 7 years now. I think we've only lost 3 domestic games in the 7 years. So as you alluded to, we've been the strongest team in KZN by quite some distance. But I think complacency sets into any team when you've been successful for quite some time.
Yes.
And I was very, very happy about how we look at it. Probably a lot of our standards had dropped. And it made us just really look at our focus, look at how we were doing things. And I was very, very happy with how the team responded to win the league in the manner that we did, to almost score 1,000 points in the league. Was quite an exceptional achievement. And it's probably the best the way we've played in the 7 years that I've been there at the back end of the league season. So to win that and to win the Murray Cup, I mean, we've won the league now since 2016. We've won the Murray Cup since 2016. So, we obviously there's a few things that are eluded us. The World Cup is one, and we're going to have that on the schedule for this year. Still not exactly sure on the format of it, but that's something we definitely be targeting.
This is going to be a difficult question to answer, but how did you take your first loss in quite a while to the Rovers boys, the new kids on the block?
Yeah, it's not very well, to be honest with you. Obviously, I know a lot of the guys who moved across, Cheese, Gav, Bales, Bams, so it didn't go down well. But you only learn about yourself when you go through difficulties and hardships.
100%.
And it made us look at ourselves, maybe look at myself as a coach. And categorically, I was reminding the guys of what the 22nd of April is. I can still remember the date that we lost to them here.
Yeah.
And I think I probably will for some time. But I'm grateful to them in a way, because it made me look at myself, made me look at my team. And myself and my coaches just went to another level. And I was really, like I said, I was really happy about that response.
Yeah, because I was keeping up with you guys that last season, and you guys turned it on after that, eh? You turned it on more than 50 points.
Yeah. Without sounding arrogant, I still think this team can get better. I think the potential in this team is great. We had a mixture of senior players, a mixture of young guys coming through. A guy like Daniel Bawarto, who's only 21 years old, coming through and playing really, really well in the first team. So we've got a nice mixture of experienced guys with youngsters coming through, and always looking to give under-20s a crack in the senior setup. So very, very happy, like I said, with how it went. But that's all in the past now. You've got to re-go again. And we've got a 16-week pre-season, which is probably the first time we've had that in quite some time. The first league game was only, I think, in the first week of May. So you've got to find a way to keep these Oaks interested for 16 weeks, and some of them are already quite rounded. We started last week, and wasn't the greatest attendance in the world, so you've got to try and keep them interested.
100%, Coach. Your target for Gold Cup, is that to win the Gold Cup?
Yeah, we just haven't been able to do it. We lost in the final in 2017 and have lost in the quarterfinals subsequently since then. And we've always struggled against a team with a similar dynamic, that we don't get challenged enough in KZN on that dynamic. So teams like Impala, Rustenburg Impala back then, Durbanville, Markavilla, Centurion, were very much a team that we struggled around the set piece and being very collision orientated and abrasive. So that's an area we know we've got to look at and improve in order for us to be competitive. And it's a different model. How we play in the league will be very different to how we play in the Gold Cup, and it's about expanding our game. making ourselves harder to beat. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that challenge.
That's great, coach. You know, it's Gold Cup is a difficult one, and if you lose a game and you go home.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's you lose, you out. So
Yeah, there's
we've got to be spot on all the
always
time.
got to bring your A game.
You've got to bring your A game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. Any youngsters to look out for this season? I don't know.
Tough to say as yet because a lot of our guys aren't really back yet. Most of them are outside the province still. But we've had a 25 to 26 under 20s last week, which is good for the club. I coach at Glenwood High School as well, so some of my boys that have matriculated have come across there. So it's always good to have a good pipeline of talent coming through to keep the under 20s successful, because that's the sustainability of the club. But there always is, there's always guys who will come through the ranks, but there's always guys as well who you're going to bank on performances. A guy like DK was phenomenal last year. He's been awarded with Curry Cup games. Our team was amazing as an Curry Cup squad, and Innie is just a phenomenal player. He just got BMT for days. So, we've got a nice blend, like I said to you, but we're always looking to freshen it up and do things differently.
And this year, no losses, nothing, clean sheets.
I'd love to say that, my mate, but unfortunately, at times with the quality of refereeing, at times and external forces, these things tend to happen. But like I said, to keep that kind of record that this club has kept over that amount of time, where every single time we play in KZN, everyone wants to beat us, and to do it in the convincing manner that we've done, just shows a testament of how hard the boys train, how committed they are to this club. It's one thing to say we've got the best players, but no one really sees how hard these guys work and how committed they are. So, I'd love to say that, but at least we know if we do get a loss, we can recover from it like we did last year.
100%, yeah. And I don't know, Coach. Well, we've said what we've said for today. I don't know if you want to add anything. If you've got anything to add from your side, what to look out for.
No, I just think to everyone out there, I think you should just come and watch club rugby, because with the amount of rugby that's been played across all forms in South Africa, club players actually are being integrated into like a Curry Cup setup, like's happening now with a lot of our guys for next year. So to the youngsters, there's still a future if you play club rugby. If you don't get a contract out of school, there still is. Many guys have had it. Grant Williams is a prime example, and look where he is now. So another Rovers boy. So these things happen. So come down, and you never know where it will go. Eh?
Yeah, Coach. So see you mid or end of the season, and then we'll have another chat, and then we'll have a chat about your goals and the objectives that you had set.
Hopefully I got it right.
No problem, Coach. Thank you very much.
Bless you guys. Thanks so much.
No problem.